Today we're going to be flying a gravel quarry and trying to create great images. A gravel quarry might sound boring to you, but boring is the point. Photographing boring locations is a great way to focus on the photography itself and develop your skills faster than photographing obviously beautiful locations. But before we can fly, we have two problems. First problem is this is private land and there's no public entrance, so I can't go into the gravel quarry itself to fly my drone. I'm going to have to find a place outside here to fly. The second problem, that immediately adjacent to the quarry is state park land, and you cannot launch a drone from state park land without loads of paperwork. But I have a solution to this problem. And no, it does not involve trespassing. This is a parcel map. Land north of this line belongs to the quarry, and I cannot go there. Land south of this line is state park land. I can walk there, but I cannot fly my drone from there. Notice there's this strip in the middle that doesn't belong to either. This is public right-of-way, and I can fly from there. So I will walk down this path, set up in the public right-of-way, and then fly from this spot right here. Now that we're at the location shown on the map, we are safe and legal to launch. No trespassing required. I chose this spot in particular because from here I can see most of the quarry. I can see everywhere that the drone is going to be, because even though I am legal to launch from here, I still have to be able to see the drone while I'm flying it. What I had initially intended coming here is to stitch a few top-down photos together to get a large top-down photo of the whole quarry. I realize now that this is way bigger than I had initially realized and will require a future large planned effort to get this image. I will get it in the future. I think this structure here is looking very cool. And I am going to attempt to take a couple photos of it. I'm going to spin around this guy. I like the water-filled quarry in the background, so I'm going to try to include that in most of these images. Got to make sure where I want to go, I can still see the drone. There's a couple large piles of gravel, probably, that I think will be a great way to frame this shot. Try that. And of course, this track for, I have no idea what this thing is. Conveyor belt chute for piling up the gravel is a perfect circle. And I think that'll be a really cool shape to include in a top-down photo. I'm going to go up to 400 feet, or just about. And that's the high photo. I'm going to bring it down to include only this circle ring track. Let's look for another subject. So I'm looking for cool structures or cool patterns in the gravel that they've been piling up. Oh, this thing is really cool. This is the dredger, which is what goes down under the water and pulls the gravel up. Really cool piece of machinery. Let's see if we can do it justice. Visual line of sight check. I'm not going to be able to get super low to take super close-up photos of this piece of machinery because there is a gravel mound in between me and that, And I also can't see down into the pit itself, so I can't descend the drone too far. So because I can't go low down, I'm going to have to stick with some really high top-down shots for this because I just can't get close.
Fly with caution.
That manned aircraft is coming from this way. My controller says there's an aircraft. I don't see it. What other cool compositions can we find? I really like the idea of a tree or a patch of trees amongst a patch of tore up ground. I think that contrast or juxtaposition between the nature and the man-made would be cool. How? What? Oh, that's over there. Manned aircraft issues again. So here I found a tree that's completely surrounded by piles of gravel. So exactly the subject I was looking for. So let's see if we can turn this into a composition. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit to avoid see on the bottom here. The tops of these creating shadows is really distracting. So I came down to pull those out of the photo. So now, how low do I think I can get? Oh, that's more like over there. I can pull it down a little, so let's try and find a composition that's not top down. That is as low as I can go. So that'll have to be good enough. The last thing I want to capture is, I think somewhere along this ridge here, there is an elevated platform that is intended for birds to nest on. And I've never seen one here before, so I want to go see if a bird has made a nest there yet. So it's this right here. I'm going to approach really slowly in case... Yeah, I don't see any birds up here. Nope. No birds, same as it was before. What looks like used to be a nest a long time ago. And I don't know why birds don't want to roost here, but it makes for a great subject. So that'll be it for today. Hopefully I've maybe inspired you to go out and shoot at a boring location near where you live. So if you do, comment below and maybe show a photo of a cool photo of a boring place. Thanks for watching.